Welcome to EtherLink AI Insights. I'm Alex, and today we're diving into one of the most transformative trends in enterprise tech right now, AI agents and agentic AI. If you've been paying attention to the AI space, you know we're moving fast. But what's happening in 2026 is going to fundamentally change how businesses operate. Sam, thanks for joining me today.
Always happy to be here, Alex. And yes, this is genuinely exciting territory. Most people still think of AI as chatbots, glorified customer service tools that answer questions when you ask them. But agentic AI is something entirely different. We're talking about autonomous systems that can perceive what's happening in your environment, make decisions on their own, and execute complex workflows without someone clicking a button. It's a paradigm shift.
That's a perfect way to frame it. So let's start with the basics. What actually is an AI agent, and how does it differ from the chatbots we already know?
Great question. An AI agent is fundamentally an autonomous system. It perceives its environment, makes decisions, and takes actions to reach specific goals without needing constant human direction. Traditional chatbots are reactive. You ask them a question, they answer it. Agents are proactive. They monitor situations, anticipate problems, and solve them. Think of it this way. A chatbot tells you your order is delayed. An agent tracks all your orders in real time, notices a delay before you do, proactively notifies you, and starts fixing the problem.
Wow, so it's not just the capability difference, it's almost a different philosophy. And I'm curious about adoption. Is this theoretical? Or are enterprises already using this stuff?
It's very real. McKinsey's 2024 research shows 35% of organizations have already deployed AI agents in customer service or operations, and adoption is growing at 23% year over year. So we're past the hype phase. This is mission-critical infrastructure now. The key characteristics that make agents work are autonomy, goal-oriented reasoning, tool integration. They can talk to your CRM, email, knowledge bases, and adaptive learning. They improve based on what happens.
Okay, so now you've got companies actually using this. But you mentioned super agents and multi-agent systems. Those sound even more powerful. What's the difference?
Yes, and this is where it gets really interesting for enterprises. A super agent is an advanced agentic system designed to handle massive, cross-functional workflows, customer support, content generation, data analysis, compliance monitoring, all at once. Models like GPT 5.2 or Claude 4.5 are enabling this. Gartner data shows 62% of enterprises plan to deploy super agents by 2026, expecting 40 to 60% productivity gains in the affected departments.
Those are staggering numbers. But then what's a multi-agent system? Is that just multiple super agents or something different?
Excellent distinction. Multi-agent systems are actually a different approach. Instead of one super agent doing everything, you deploy specialized agents, each one optimized for a specific domain. Imagine financial services. One agent handles fraud detection, another manages customer communication, a third ensures compliance documentation. It's more modular, scales better, and gives you clearer accountability for critical decisions. Deloitte research shows multi-agent deployments reduce operational errors by 47% compared to single-agent systems.
That's really compelling. Less error, clearer accountability. Those are things enterprises care deeply about. But this sounds complex to implement. What does it actually take to make this work?
Implementation requires a few key pieces. First, you need RAG 2.0. That's Retrieval Augmented Generation, essentially a smarter way for agents to access and use your proprietary data without hallucinating. Second, you need solid tool integration, so the agent can actually talk to your systems. Third, you need monitoring and governance, especially with the EU AI Act now in play. That's not optional anymore if you're operating in Europe. And voice capability matters too. Voice agents are handling increasingly complex customer scenarios.
So governance and compliance aren't afterthoughts. They're woven in from day one. Let's talk about that EU AI Act piece, because I know that's been on everyone's minds.
Absolutely. The EU AI Act creates real obligations for high-risk AI systems, and enterprise agents definitely fall into that category. You need transparency about how agents make decisions, human oversight for critical actions, and clear documentation of your workflows. The good news is that a well-architected multi-agent system actually helps here. Because each agent has a specific purpose and clear decision rules, it's easier to audit, explain, and govern. It's harder to audit a black box superagent doing everything.
So compliance is actually pushing you toward better architecture. That's interesting. From a practical standpoint, if I'm an enterprise leader listening right now, and I'm thinking, we need to explore this, what should I be doing?
Start with a specific use case. Don't try to automate everything at once. Customer service is a great entry point because the ROI is immediate and measurable. Pick a high-volume, repetitive workflow where autonomous decision-making adds clear value. Then focus on data quality. Agents are only as good as the information they can access, so invest in your RAG pipeline. Make sure your proprietary knowledge is clean, organized, and accessible. And third, build governance from the beginning. Have your compliance team involved early, not as an afterthought.
Data quality and governance from day one, that's practical advice. Sam, before we wrap up, what's the biggest thing you think enterprises are getting wrong about this right now?
The biggest mistake? Treating agentic AI as a technology problem rather than an organizational change problem. Deploying an AI agent changes workflows, roles, and decision-making authority. If you don't manage that change, if you don't retrain teams to work alongside agents, you'll have resistance and underutilization. The technology is ready. The hard part is organizational adoption. And second mistake, assuming one super agent is better than a thoughtful multi-agent system. Specialization wins in enterprise settings.
That's really insightful. Change management and specialization over one size fits all. Listeners, if you want to dig deeper into all this, RAG 2.0, voice agents, governance frameworks, the whole landscape, head over to EtherLink AI and check out the full article. We've covered the key ideas here, but there's a lot more depth there. Sam, thanks for walking us through this today.
My pleasure, Alex. This is one of those rare moments where the technology is genuinely transformative and already being deployed in real companies. If you're in enterprise automation, you can't ignore this. Thanks to everyone listening, and we'll see you next time on EtherLink AI Insights.